Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for July. This is for the next 3 months, for quarter 3 of 2025, July through September. You have this be present. It says find clarity in the moment. You have this card. It says accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So both cards kind of talk about the present, really, or kind of like being in the present moment, Virgo, which I think obviously would be very good for you. I think that's always good, a good thing. And, I think that, practicing that would be good. Kind of like that it is what it is energy. And especially with the South Node in your sign, having the South Node in Virgo, it kind of makes it so, I don't necessarily think that Virgo likes it. And you do have the Tower here, but it did come up in reverse. So I wouldn't worry about the Tower too much, but we'll talk about it. I don't read reversals. But again, I think that South Node in Virgo, it requires you to be messy. It requires you to say, like, I have to get started on this thing, even though I don't know all the details. And maybe that'll cause a Tower moment. And that's okay, right? And I think that's what you need to realize. So there you go. You also have this Metamorphosis card. Can't make it up, Virgo. I mean, how many years have you been getting all these butterflies with me in these readings? It's crazy. But definitely the Tower is a metamorphosis. The Tower is deep, significant change. So there you go. First in your area, the first row is going to be your general energies for the quarter. You have the Queen of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So the first thing I feel is like a lot of people, I do feel like you could be very busy, of course, like most people in July, but I feel for you it's going to extend the whole entire quarter. And maybe even beyond that as well, where like there could be a lot of people that want your time or want your attention. I feel pretty good about it here, Virgo. Like I think that this could lead to like financial opportunity. It could lead to like business opportunities as well if you work in a business or career. And again, I think the Queen of Swords is about getting clear on things, and that's like the message I'm getting off of the Queen of Swords. Is I feel like she is talking about obligations in your reading for some reason. But these are not like bad obligations. I feel like this is a good thing. But I just feel the Queen of Swords is saying you can agree to things, but just be very freaking clear about what you're doing, right? This could include like getting a new job. Like I think especially like in the 2020s now, I think that anyone who's getting a job nowadays, it's like we probably should say to our boss before we, when we're getting hired, we probably should say, I want to know exactly what my responsibilities are, and that is exactly what I will do and nothing else, right? And I think we need to be very clear on like what we're doing. And I kind of get that here. And especially like, if someone wants to like work with you or I don't know, I have like public speaking popping into my head as well. I would just like get clear on what is required or what is going to happen, right? And I would be very clear about it. I even think, honestly, this could be good for love as well or anything else. It's like being very clear and upfront about like what you expect out of the situation, what your expectations are and all that other stuff. Like I think it's kind of silly, because I read tarot, obviously all my recommendations are love. And I watch all these love experts that say stupid things like we can't have expectations in relationships, which I understand what they're saying, but I also think it's a stupid thing to say because we all have expectations. We are not freaking robots, right? Plain and simple. So it's like obviously we're getting into a relationship because we want something. Otherwise we wouldn't get into a relationship, right? And but again, I think it's what I'm trying to spit out here. Actually, I have no clue what I'm talking about, by the way. But what I'm trying to say is that I think that it would be better to put your expectations out up front. And obviously you're going to have to listen to the other person's expectations as well. But, there's something about that with this Queen of Swords, about just being very clear, but not just love, every area of your life, and also people that you're dealing with as well. You have the Queen of Cups, or King of Cups, sorry. King of Cups can be your deep emotions. I do feel like you could be attracting either a water sign or earth sign. Water and earth really stand out to me. As always, you have Scorpio twice in your reading. So, I don't know, you've had a Scorpio all up in your business for a while with me. So it could be a Scorpio, could be any sign, general reading. But the King of Cups is someone who's very in touch with their emotions. So that is the good news. This could be a person who is in touch with their deep emotions. This could also say that you need to take control of your emotional state and make sure that you're staying in a positive emotional state. And if you do that, things will go very well for you. So he is successful because he is in control of his emotions. And, that's basically what I would be doing with that card. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, like slow, steady progress moving forward. So he is needing to plant seeds in this field behind him. Lately, I've been feeling pretty good about the Knight of Pentacles, which is weird because normally I don't like the Knight of Pentacles because he's the only knight in the tarot who isn't making a move forward. He's the only one who isn't doing something to make progress. He's the only knight that isn't moving, but he can represent progress, and I do feel a lot of you are making progress towards something. We have the Queen of Pentacles right here. And we do go to the Ten of Swords, but we have the Death card here. So this could be you making progress towards a change or towards a metamorphosis, right, that you are making in your life. And, obviously that will probably be a good thing. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. Yes, getting clear. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's like knowing that you know something. But again, if you're working, I got that message on that Queen of Swords. Like if you're working on a project with a person, if someone wants you to do something, I would there's definitely a need to get down to the details and say and you're a Virgo, you don't have problems with details. So, I would say what exactly am I doing? And I don't know. There's something about the importance of that. The Seven of Wands is also great for boundaries, and I would say definitely in July, and also halfway through August, we have Mercury retrograde, so I would make sure that you're putting up boundaries against past people, past situations, people who don't want the best for you, all that. With the King of Cups, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be attracting an Emperor type person, so if you are attracting love, this could be like a Scorpio, could be any sign, it could be water, earth, whatever. But, definitely could be a person who's very bossed up with the Emperor energy. I feel like this is a very focused person as well, intuitively. So, again, if you're wondering who is this person, I feel like they're very focused and very, they feel like they're very diligent as well. So that's what I would say there. And on top of that, I think for everyone, it's an amazing time to take the lead on your life. So I believe everyone that's alive right now needs to take the lead on something. Pick something and make it happen. We have all this energy in Aries, Neptune and Saturn mostly, but also Chiron. Both of those energies will be leaving Aries. They will be retrograding out, and then at the beginning of next year, they'll both be moving back into Aries to stay. But I think right now we should all pick something that we want in life. It could be a small goal. It could be anything really. And we should make it happen. Aries is about seeing things through to the end, right? And the Emperor is Aries. So I think that you need to pick something, Virgo, and make it happen to the end. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, again, good combination for love. I think that this could be a King of Cups, King of Pentacles type person. Definitely could be an earth sign with water, water with earth, something like that. And, King of Cups, it's there's the emotional side, but the King of Pentacles actually wants to work on things. Even better than that, we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. These two are divine counterparts, and they are my divine counterparts that actually want to make it work. So, again, this is two people who actually want something to work, which is half the battle. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you this quarter, you have this Healing the Heart card and this Uncharted Sea card. Very common energy. I've done almost half these readings so far, and there's been a major healing energy in this quarter, so where people are working on healing. So if there's anything you want to heal, it doesn't even have to be your heart, it could be anything. I think it would be an amazing time to heal. The Uncharted Sea card, again, everybody has had something about the unknown. Now, one thing I will say is we have Uranus going into Gemini. Definitely going to be crazy. So, I don't know. We are all stepping into the unknown. We are all stepping into a time that is a little bit unpredictable. Like I've said to others, I think that Uranus, I never try to predict Uranus energy because Uranus is unpredictable. It can do whatever the hell it wants. So, who the hell knows what's going to happen, but, there could be a lot of changes. One thing that I will say, it's not really a prediction, but, Gemini is a twin sign. And Gemini is, with Uranus there, it's I think a lot of people could be kind of just changing direction very quickly in their life. So, let's say you have a job, it's you could all of a sudden decide to get another job and just change direction very quickly. And so I do feel a lot of people could be doing that with that energy, but it's probably for a good reason. You have the Death card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Tower. Death card, major change. We have this Metamorphosis card. Tower is a metamorphosis. It is a big change. And again, you've been going through this big change for years, and changes do take years. Changes take a long ass time, right? And so, before we realize things, I think that's what it is. Like sometimes a change requires maturity, or, sometimes it requires external information or knowledge from another person or whatever, right? And that's why changes can take a while. But I feel really good about this. I mean, you have the sun right here. The sun is coming up between the two pillars on the moon. And the death card can kind of say you're entering into a time of clarity. The other thing here is that the king is dead underneath the death card. And so the king being dead underneath the death card can say that even kings die. And we have the crown falling off the top of the tower. I am seeing this as a big opportunity for you, Virgo, where it's like there could be kind of like a place that's opening up for you because a king is dying. Maybe not literally, but it's almost like I see this as, like your boss stepping down. I feel like I said this to you in your July reading or something very recent. It's almost like your boss is stepping down, or a position is opening up, or something is becoming possible for you to like step up into that leadership role, or to get the attention or whatever. And I would definitely do it with these cards. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles says that you need to be resourceful at this time, which we all do. So we have been in a time of resourcefulness for years, and I think we all need to be resourceful. We need to use our resources for success as well. She's also my card of multiplication. She has this rabbit right here, and the rabbits multiply very quickly. And so the whole point of rabbits is that we need to multiply quickly, or we need to focus on things in life that are multiplying quickly. This can also be Capricorn, by the way, and you definitely could be attracting an earth sign. For some of you, if you already have love, it could be an earth sign, a Taurus or a Capricorn. And I think if you already have love, this looks very good as well. Like things could be kind of like progressing to the next level. It's kind of like... I'm just going to say this. I feel like some of you are definitely... Some of you, not all of you, take it or leave it. I feel some of you are at that point in a relationship where it's like the seesaw, where it's like it's either going to go one way or the other, and I don't really know how to describe that. I feel like if this message is for you, you feel it, where it's like either like maybe these next few months are going to define the connection. It's like you could be at that point. I find that is usually about like a year into the relationship, right? It's like either it ends at that year point, or you tip over and you make a deeper commitment and things get better, right? Even better than they were if it's already good. So I don't know, I kind of have that popping into my head as well. You have the Tower. I do feel like this is a big metamorphosis. I think this is a big change that's coming in for you. But more importantly, I think that there's a crown for you to claim, kind of. It's like a place that exists for you. And this could be like a leadership position, or, it could be your place in the world that you are claiming. And I think you need to claim it, whatever it is, Virgo. With the death card, you show up. So you are changing. We already know this. The Hermit is Virgo. One thing I will say about the Hermit is that maybe it's time for him to step into the light. He has been on this long journey. He's gone through a dark night of the soul, and he's shining that inner light in front of him. But maybe he needs to step into the light at this point, which you probably do. Here you go. You can't. I'm just going to show you on the table. Divine counterparts. Definitely could be attracting a divine counterpart at this time. Yes, we have Mercury retrograde. No, we shouldn't allow astrology or tarot to live our life for us. So I always tell people, date during retrogrades. Who the hell cares? Again, the universe isn't going to be like, oh, they were supposed to marry this person, but because they dated during a retrograde, I can't let that happen. That's not how it works. So again, I tell people I think it's better to date during retrogrades, because if a person's going to screw up, they're going to screw up right away. It's like, this is why it's a good thing. If you meet a person you like and you're like, oh, I should wait till after the retrograde. No, because maybe if you waited till after the retrograde, maybe it would take them 6 months to screw up, or maybe you wouldn't see it. During the retrograde, you'll see it right away. So do you want to be stuck in something and waste 6 months of your life, or just maybe a month, right? I think a month is better than 6. So, there you go. But this looks very good here. Definitely could be a divine counterpart. Of course, there's no reason to rush during the retrograde. Take your time. Don't rush into anything. With the Tower, you have the Justice card. I also, it would not surprise me if you were getting some positive karma. North Node and Pisces. In a lot of ways, I think you and Pisces could be, because the North Node and South Node are in your signs. North Node and Pisces, South Node and Virgo right now. I think that you could be getting a lot of positive karma. Or, again, if something bad happened to you in the past, or if someone did you dirty in the past, you could be getting kind of like your karmic rewards at this time. And, that could be a good thing. So I don't think the Tower is necessarily bad. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Release card and this Inspire card. I think we are all, again, I don't know if I said this to you, sorry, but almost everyone has had the Devil in the July readings. Like, I think only 2 signs didn't. And also in this set of readings, the next 3-month readings, like, everybody has had the Devil again. So, it's kind of interesting to me that the Devil has been coming up so much. And really what I've said to other people, you don't have the Devil, but I'm just saying, what I've been saying to people is that there's clearly things that we all need to release or let go of that have been holding us back, that have been like energy vampires. The Devil is quite simply an energy vampire, just something that's holding you back or getting in your way or slowing you down. And I feel that we all need to let those things go. We're in a time of inspiration, so we should all be moving towards inspiration. We should also be inspiring people as much as we possibly can. Again, the best way to get positive karma right now, by the way, Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius says we have to innovate, but also says we have to be the star to other people. We have to do things that are hard, because when we do things that are hard and we do it in public, we show people that it's possible. And then when we do that, whether we realize it or not, we get attention for it, and we get positive karma for it. And so it's like one of the best spiritual things you can do right now is inspire other people. You have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. And, he's making the symbol right here with his hand, and that symbol represents a blessing. I do feel this for you in Pisces, which is interesting, is that some of you could be having realizations over the next few months as to, like, why something was good, even though it sucked. And, I also think that it's like you're seeing your reflection in something. It's like, if you believe in law of attraction, if you believe like attracts like, it's like if we have challenges happen to us, it's maybe those challenges in some, like, I don't think we should victim blame. I don't think we should blame ourselves, but I do think that we should say, like, what part of me allowed this? What part of me it is a reflection to this challenge that popped up in my life? And again, without blaming yourself, of course. And I think if we do that, we can heal whatever those situations are. So I don't know. Some of you could be seeing the blessing in something that happened, and it's like you're healing it. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. So definitely love looks really good here. If you already have love, it looks really good as well. I think that if you already have a connection, you could be strengthening that connection, or it could be getting better. But Knight of Cups could definitely be a knight in shining armor. You have the Four Cups. Yeah, I do think this is also a challenge. We had Neptune and Pisces, very delusional energy, and like total illusion as well. And so now, if we are offered something that we want, we almost might not believe it, because we will have Neptune and Saturn will both retrograde back into Pisces, as I already said. So again, we might be a little bit hesitant to accept new opportunity into our life. But I think we need to realize that, like, no, we pretty much are seeing the truth now that Neptune is in Aries, and, it's fine. Yes, with the Ten of Cups, you have with the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups. Fortune after difficulty. Definitely, this right here is definitely like fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family. Good things happening to you after a difficult period of time. So I see big improvements here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yes, if you are attracting love, it will be obvious that this is a good person. Three of Pentacles is very obvious. And you have the Justice card. Justice says, in love, pay attention to the evidence. If the person says something, do they do it? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the person says weird things to you, like, oh, I cheated my last person, don't sit there and giggle and think it's funny. Run away, right? So with the Justice card, all we have to do is pay attention to the evidence. Three of Pentacles is the frickin' evidence. He has done the work. It's like he has nothing to prove because the work is right here for these people to see. So definitely popping into my head for you, Virgo. Like, in love, the work should be obvious. If they've worked on themselves, if they, are a good person, it will be obvious. They won't do bad things, right? So I really feel you should pay attention here. I feel like this is very good for you on a personal level as well. Again, Three of Pentacles tells me it's time for you to put your work on display, which I'm pretty sure I've been saying to you for years now. That anything you're good at, any skills that you have, you really need to get that out there, because, and maybe you're fearing judgment, or maybe you're fearing something, but I think you really need to put your work on display here, for sure. With the Four of Cups, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. So, yes, I think it's an amazing time to walk away from things that no longer serve you here with the Five of Swords. Anything that doesn't feel right, I would cut it out. I also think we're an amazing time for risk taking. So, but we're talking about calculated risk here, risks that you have thought through, and those are the types of risks I would take. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the strategy card. It says, plan, scheme, and strategize your future and take the next right actions in your life. Yes. You have this metamorphosis card. It says, your inner self is being renewed day by day, so new and better ways can come forth. Yes, new and better. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. That is like new and better and letting go of the old. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to, let go of the old stuff and step into the time of the new here with this energy. I think there will be a lot of benefits because of it. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Nine of Wands. The Two of Pentacles can be like juggling, spinning plates, trying to do too much, but the Two of Pentacles in the good stuff can actually represent a settlement. I don't always feel that, and there are some cards that I call clue cards in the tarot, and only when I feel it intuitively do I say whatever the clue meaning is. Like the King of Cups is another one, for example. King of Cups to me is a card of the home, but I don't really feel that in your reading, so I didn't say it. In your reading here, I feel settlement. But I feel like with the Justice card, like I said earlier, that the universe is kind of like settling up with you. It's like if you went through something, or if you had a big challenge in the over the past few years, it's almost like the universe is bringing you like a karmic gift or some sort of karmic reward. Whatever it is, I feel very good about it. So I feel very good about it here for you, Virgo. You have the Hangman. Everybody has also had the Hangman practically. Some people in July, some people in this set of readings. And it doesn't really surprise me. I think that in a lot of ways, Gemini is very similar to Pisces. Pisces is the two fish. Gemini is the twins. But they both can, have crazy perspectives. It's funny to me whenever I do a reading about Pisces, for example, people will tell me how every Pisces is the same. I have had a billion Pisces in my life, and none of them are the same. Pisces is the chameleon, right? And Gemini is also kind of like a little bit of a chameleon. And so where I'm going with this is that is basically with Uranus going to Gemini, I think that Uranus and Gemini in the beginning of July will be bringing a lot of perspectives in for people. I think people will be, kind of like all of a sudden seeing, one thing I want to tell you is that Uranus is very electric. It can just be a jolt, like all of a sudden you just hear something or see something that gives you a new perspective that allows you to make progress or allows you to move forward on a project. The trick is capturing lightning in a bottle, right? It's like, how do you capture that jolt? And what you have to do is get started right away. So, and even if it's very small, right? Queen of Pentacles, she starts small. If she feels overwhelmed, she just doesn't, do everything that she thinks she needs to do. She gets started. So I think you're kind of like capturing lightning in a bottle here a little bit, in the sense that you could be getting an inspiration this month, and you're going to have to maybe start small, and it could be a new direction in work or business or whatever, but, I would definitely be doing it. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands in the good stuff says you're not giving up, which is great, and that's what I feel here. I feel like you're continuing to push forward. I think you have your fair share of wounds from the past, but, at the same time, I think you're pushing forward and making things happen. I really don't feel much on that card. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, spoiled for choice. One thing I will say is that in July, everybody had the Seven of Cups as well. It seemed, I think we're in a time of variety, where we need to give ourselves a variety of options. So if you're trying to accomplish something, make sure to do your research. Make sure that you're staying open to like all ways of doing things. That will probably be the best thing for you. And with the Hangman, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups can be like fulfillment or wish fulfillment, obviously, which is good. Definitely in the good stuff, I feel the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. I don't always feel that the Nine of Cups is a wish because, yes, sure, it's a good card, but really we have to be in alignment to get the wish with the Nine of Cups. But again, I feel pretty good about it for you. Definitely could be a wish. Nine of Wands, you have the Lovers. I think you're trying love again for those of you that are single. So some of you, it's like maybe you have been hurt, or you've had your fair share of hurts in the past, and now you are like opening up to the possibility of allowing love in your life. And again, if you're worried about the retrograde, number one, if you meet this person in the beginning of July, doesn't matter. If you meet them in the middle of August, after the 12th, then it doesn't matter. The other thing is just take your frickin' time. Don't rush right into the bedroom with this person, obviously, right? Especially if you meet them during the retrograde. The thing about the retrograde is that you're wearing, goo goo gaga glasses, where you're just like, oh, I love this person. This is the best person I've ever met. Maybe not. So tell yourself, like, yes, I like this person. It's a good person. There's nothing wrong with feeling that. But also, does this person have the evidence right here with the Three of Pentacles? If the answer is yes, great. Keep going. If the answer is no, then stop. You have this July card, and I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this Nest card. It says, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Yes, it is a great time for family, by the way, just in general. So anything you can do to spend more time with family. This could also be people you consider family, like friends, people like that. I think spending time with those people is great. You have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. Yeah, I'm a big fan of working on your environment right now for pretty much everyone. So anything you do to surround yourself with a better environment. This includes your mental environment as well. I think this month, especially July, is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know this is going to be published on June 28th. So yes, I know that we're not in July yet, but 2 days, right? So in July, I think that mentally, it's a good time to work on yourself mentally. You have a Staff card that says you will be taken care of in difficult times. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. Everybody has had a card like this, which makes me a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, because I think we are in a chaotic time just in general. But just know, if there is chaos, you will be taken care of. You have this dog. It says protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, I think you really have to not worry. One thing I will say that I think is interesting as well, I just think this is interesting, by the way, this is not really intuitive, but it kind of is. I do really feel we're in a time over the next few years where people will be really showing us their true colors more than normal, and it's like the people who have your back, I think it'll be very obvious, and obviously those are the connections that you should be spending the most time with, and so I think everybody needs to do that. You have this Lobster. It says financial pinch. I actually feel like money looks really good here. But as I say to everyone, I just wouldn't be spending money all over the place. Money is going to get crazy between now and the beginning of 2026. I've been warning people about this since 2016, right? No joke. You can go to my old lives, go to my live tab, separate it out by the oldest, and I guarantee you, and one of the first ones, I was probably talking about this because that's when I noticed it. And that's like the most important thing that I think we all need to realize is that money will change by 2026. Neptune rules anything that flows. We literally call it currency. And Neptune officially, is going to retrograde back into Pisces. So this is why I've been saying 2026. That's when the change is going to happen. And how it's going to look, don't know, right? I'm not sure, but I think, as long as you're not spending money all over the place, you'll be fine. Wouldn't even worry about it. But this looks interesting here, Virgo. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.